What's happening, everybody? You see the Raiders jersey and the hat. You know what that means. It's the NFL season, baby. And, shouts to my Phoenix Suns. We took the L, but we made it to the finals. But it's now time for the best sport of all time, and that is American football. All right? So get out of here, football. It's time for the real boys. No, just kidding. But, it's the NFL season, and I want to do the Week 1 predictions. I'm not going to include the Cowboys and the Buccaneers because they just played Thursday night. That was a hell of a game. Dak Prescott, he balled out. He showed Jerry Jones that he's that dude for the Cowboys. Both teams, they stepped up. It was just those field goals that they missed that they needed to win the game, because Tom Brady, 42, he's still doing what he does, and that's win ball games. But Raiders need to knock them out. Raiders, even before I give them my prediction for their game, I believe they're gonna go 15-2. All right, don't sleep on them. This is Derek Carr's final year to make it to the playoffs and have a deep run. Because if not, Gruden, he's going to ship them off next season. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I'm not going to go into depth with these games. I don't have that much time. But, like the videos and comment if you want me to. Because I can do, not podcast style, but I can drop like a long banger just going in depth to key players, key matchups, injuries, and all that good jazz, basically. So yeah, let's jump into it. So we got Seattle versus the Colts. That's gonna be a fun one. Carson Wentz versus Russell Wilson. Carson Wentz, he'll be back, coming off an injury, and it's gonna be a defensive game in my opinion. Defensive game, because the Colts they have Jonathan Taylor at running back, and Carson Wentz he can get active if needed to. But they're got T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pitts Jr. But I'm at to still give it up to Seattle, just because if the Colts, if they decide to go pass heavy, that's gonna put a little dinger in Seattle's defense. Jamal Adams, he hasn't been the same. He's been blitz heavy for the past year, and if they plan to run, he's money on that versus Jonathan Taylor. But if they go pass heavy, it's gonna be a crazy one. But I see a lot of offensive mistakes on both sides, so I still give it to Seattle, 21-10. Next game, you got Jacksonville versus the Texans. Trevor Lawrence versus Tyrod Taylor. Shouts to Tyrod Taylor. He's been one of my favorite players. He had unlucky injuries and a whole bunch of just crap going on, but I believe he's gonna ball out with this offense. He has David Amendola. He ain't the same with Tom Brady, but he knows how to win ball games, especially with a vet quarterback like Tyrod Taylor. And then you got Mark Ingram and Phillip Lindsay. Shouts to them. They're good running backs. So if they run the ball, their defense, it's gonna be tough. But you got an inexperienced quarterback who was moving during the preseason, but preseason doesn't always translate to the regular season. But even with that said, I still might give it to the Texans. 10-7. Not a high scoring game. I could be wrong. I'm not an NFL guru. I'm not nothing. I love football, and this is just predict. All right, after that, you got Eagles versus the Falcons. Now it's gonna be a Dirty Birds versus Fly Eagles Fly. Carson Wentz, he left, so that's gonna be a change in the Eagles offense. So it's gonna be a good one. 14-7 Falcons. Chargers versus the Washington football team. You got Troy Apke. He's the first starting white corner since 2002. Guy who played for the Giants. Shouts to him. They got a solid defense. Chase Young, the DN. Get Landon Collins at the free, playing strong sometimes. So if their defense can tighten up versus Chargers, I don't know if the corners can still, Keenan Allen, he's one of the best route runners in the league. Top 5. And then you got a gunslinger, Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler back at running back. So it's still tough offense. So that's why I'm giving it to the Chargers. I'm giving it to the Chargers 14-10. Next up, Steelers and Bills. Now this is gonna be Josh Allen's campaign for MVP. If he could pull out a good showing versus the Steelers, now, got Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. They've been pulling crazy numbers last season, making crazy plays. But that being said, 24-27. After that, 49ers versus the Lions. Not gonna go in depth. So 49ers 30, Lions 12. Next up, you got Vikings versus the Bengals. Joe Burrow, he's coming back after a horrible season-ending injury versus the Vikings. Man, the Vikings, they're very wishy-washy. You got some seasons their defense is playing hard, but then next they could lose a game by the defense not making no tackles, not wrapping up, just making horrible late game adjustments. I still gotta give it to the Vikings. So, Vikings 17-10. So we got Jets versus the Panthers. Sam Darnold's old team. He's gonna he has Robbie Anderson and I like, I have a good feeling that if Sam Darnold plays like he did with the Jets when he was seeing ghosts, then hey, they're not going to make it far. But you got Zach Wilson starting for the Jets, team captain, another young team. He still has to prove himself in the league. But I still give it to the Panthers, 21-20. It's gonna be a close one. Ooh, now this is gonna be my game on Sunday that I truly like. As you guys know, I'm also a Cardinals fan. Born and raised in Arizona, still here, and they play against Tennessee Titans in Nashville, 34-31. Yes, sir. Give it to Arizona, baby. Next one, this is gonna be the AFC Division Championship rematch versus Kansas City and the Browns. As much as I hate it, the Chiefs are going to win 30-21 just because, firepower. Got Mac Jones and the Patriots versus Brian Flores and his Dolphins. I'm giving the Dolphins 17 points to the Patriots 7. Broncos and Giants. It's going to be a crazy 20-7, Giants. Packers versus the Saints. The Packers 34-28. And now you got Bears versus Rams. So I'll give it 28-7 for Rams. Easy money. All right. Let me flip the brim cap around. Monday night, you got the Raiders versus the Ravens. Oh man, it sucks when you say, because I do like the Ravens. Ever since the Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Jamal Lewis days, Todd Heap, always liked them. Secretly. And plus, you got Lamar Jackson. But unfortunately, injuries are killing the Ravens. Offense and defense. So this is the Raiders' time to truly step into high gear, and they got to show out for this game. Everybody's coming out healthy except for Richie Incognito, who is on day-to-day, but he still could play. But even without him, they could still pull off the victory versus the Ravens, because it's just Lamar. The Raiders, they have Willie Snead. That was one of Lamar's targets last year. Oh, and the Ravens. They now have Sammy Watkins, but you know things might be a little bit different because he doesn't have Patrick Mahomes. So, and I believe the Raiders corners and safeties they can contain him. So it's just it all depends on how Derek Carr goes into vintage Derek Carr and takes over. Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, you know, it's gonna be a good one. So I gotta give it. Even though this is biased, but I want to say this unbiased. I want to be unbiased as possible, you know, in quotations. But I gotta give it to my guys, Raiders, 24-14. And you know, and that's my week 1 predictions. You know, for week 2. I may or may not. I might do the same style where it's just fast, boom, 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 little quick bullet points, or I could go in deep analysis, whatever, if I have the time. But you know, I just want to try this out. And also, guys, follow me on TikTok. I'm making shorts for the gaming channel. Follow me on Instagrams. Everything's gonna be posted in the description down below. And just like, comment, share, subscribe. You know. And let me know your predictions of week 1 or, you know, the whole season, whatever. I want to know. If you guys ever just want to talk football with me, just, hey, let me know if we can create a Discord, anything. You know, it's football season. I want to kick in the high gear this year and be more involved and so that we can grow. But other than that, hey, appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.